So why was it an easy decision for you to follow Coach Fish?
because that's my guy. Just a relationship that we have and what we built at Arizona. It was beyond football. At that point, it was about family. So really, the trust I got in him and Coach Graham played a big part in my decision. Those my guys. I committed to them when they were 1-11, when nobody believed in them, and I was at a time when no one believed in me either. So it was mutual. But yeah, that's why it was so easy.
How long after he made the move did you already know you were going?
Right after, as soon as he came and talked to us. But really, I understood why he left, and not many people understand why he left. So it was just something that I couldn't put out there, and something that we shouldn't talk about. But it was a better opportunity, a better situation for myself, for my family, and I feel like that was the decision to make.
How is the offense you're building now at Washington compared to what you played in Arizona?
We played in Arizona. It was a lot of great players, and we have a lot of great players here at Washington. Guys got drafted: Jordan Morgan, Jacob Cowan, Tanner McLaughlin, and Mike Wiley, DJ Williams. Our NFL team. So it was special. It's the same. I feel like we got some guys. We got some guys under the radar that people gonna find out about quick. Got a great quarterback, Will Rogers. Got a great young quarterback, Damon Williams. Got some old linemen. So we're gonna be good, baby.
Jonah, first year in the Big Ten. You guys have been named. You guys are going to Penn State for the Whiteout game. What do you know about that, and kind of how excited are you to go to one of the premier environments in college football?
We asked for it. I think before we were supposed to be the big noon game with them, but we wanted that. We looking forward to that. That's one of them games that you dream of as a kid. I know everyone's seen that famous video where they made Michigan take a timeout. So just being a part of that, it's just something that I have to feel in the moment. But I'm definitely looking forward to playing something like that. That's a game that everybody gonna watch. All eyes on us basically. So definitely looking forward to it.
Just how excited are you just to go to the East Coast? Obviously, you guys are joining the Big Ten, but it spans countrywide now. Just how excited are you just to play in that environment, whether it's West Coast, East Coast?
I'm excited. Get to expand my vision. I'm from Stockton, California, not much there. Dangerous city. I couldn't even imagine being in the situation I'm in now, and I thank God for that. So being able to just go play in these stadiums is crazy. Like you said, Penn State, Indiana, Rutgers, and things like that. It's shocking. It's still unbelievable, and I feel like this whole Big Ten thing is still unbelievable. So I believe it when I get into the moment. I like to take things day by day and stuff. So I'm excited for what's to come for sure.
You mentioned that Big Ten factor, Jonah, and you also mentioned all the reasons why you went to Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Was the fact that Washington was moving to the Big Ten, did that factor at all into your decision?
For sure.
Okay.
Big Ten is the NFL college football.
Okay.
The biggest, the baddest, the most physical. It's what it's all about. When you watch the Big Ten, you think about physical running backs, physical defense like Iowa, things like that. So that's all what I'm about. All that, I'm about all that action. So.
You mentioned the offensive line. Obviously, the fans haven't necessarily gotten to see the guys that have come into the transfer portal. Max McCree described you as a star running back without having played a game.
Yeah.
What do you see from the offensive line guys that have been brought into the transfer portal?
I kind of seen how it was when we first got to Arizona. Young guys that need to that are going to be developed and going to be coached by the right people. Not everything is built in a day, but we're going to be all right.
What was it about that 2022 recruiting class at Arizona that you were a part of that really seemed to just take me back to when you were in high school in that class? Did you feel the momentum building even then, knowing that program? I think they finished 5-7, 4-8 that season, but you guys still were going to come in and change the trajectory of the program?
We just knew it was a lack of belief. That year we were good enough to win, but we didn't believe that we could win. And I feel like the same with the beginning of the year with Arizona. The first couple games, it was whether we didn't believe that we can win the game till it was halftime. third quarter, fourth quarter, till it was kind of already late, you know. So, and then we went on that run because it's just like, come on, we lost to SC in triple overtime. We lost to Mississippi in overtime. We lost to Washington by a touchdown. So we can do it. We can win. And, you know, it all started with Coach Fish. Like, he made us believe. He built the culture, and, you know, that's what it was.
As much as you've seen of obviously both Coach Fish at Arizona and now at Washington, how much can you truly say that culture and everything that you were about at Arizona has truly carried over to Washington?
Not fully, but, you know, it's a new start to a new journey. You know, it's not going to be identical. The team of 2023, Arizona was something special. You know, I feel like that we can build something like that at Arizona as well. I mean, at Washington as well. So it's part of the process. You know, you trust the process. You keep believing. You bring guys in when you're a leader. You know, it's being a leader and having the opportunity to come here. I feel like it's my job to make sure that the team is close and, you know, everyone's buying in. It's about trusting. You know?
Yeah. I'd say one of the biggest messages that Coach Fish and the other coaches have talked about at Washington is this idea of the pro mentality, bringing in and using their pro experience. Guys like Steve Belichick coming in, Brendan Carroll obviously being a big part of it. I remember specifically during spring, Pete Carroll brought you and Carson into a competition. And I was just curious what that dynamic has been like, having those pro coaches be a part of what was going on this spring, and how do you think that's going to factor into what Washington's going to be like moving forward?
We can compete with anybody in the country. We don't care about the score name or the brand or none of that. We can compete with anybody. At the end of the day, it's football, you know. And, you know, the best players going to play, the best players going to produce, and, you know, it's all about showing up and showing out, you know. I didn't know that was going to happen, but, you know, it was competition. So, you know, I'm for it. You know, we're for it, you know. That's what the program is built on, competition. We're going to compete. We're going to scrap to, you know, we can't win. So.
Yeah. I mean, I know, obviously, being a high-level competitor, that's one thing. But every once in a while, when you saw that happen, or when you're over looking at the linebackers maybe one time and you see Bill Belichick coaching up Carson and Alfonso and those guys, is part of your brain going, this is a trip?
Yeah, it's crazy. Definitely being around them, you know, like Tom Brady, Super Bowl, Bill Belichick on the sideline with him.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me, you know, just being right there next to him. You know, just even being in the position that I'm in college, you know, knowing like how I grew up, it's kind of crazy to me. And sometimes I still have trouble believing that I'm in the situation that I'm in. So being around those guys, being able to talk to those guys and get the knowledge from them, it's unbelievable. And I feel like it's a blessing. And I feel like that's one of the pros of being a part of, you know, the culture that Jeff Fish has. Like,
yeah.
He's going to make the transition way easier than, you know, most colleges may, you know, not have it. You know, we run a pro offense, pro system, pro schedule. Like, everything is about the next level. So.
When you see guys like Belichick or Coach Carroll or things like that, and they're doing their thing on the defensive side of the ball, do you ever wonder, as an offensive guys like Coach Fish, where are the offensive guys coming in? When do we get to talk to some of the offensive NFL guys?
Coach Fish is the offensive NFL guy, so that's really about it. But even though they may be talking to the defense, you know, off the football field and stuff, you know, they help offense too. They tell Coach Fish, they let him know, and you know, they're wandering around the building, so you may catch them. You can talk to them for a quick minute. They'll stop and talk to you. So it's not like they're just focused on one side of the ball. So it's kind of like everyone, you know, helps everyone. So.
Is there anything from those conversations you could share, even just a quick tidbit or something that has stuck in your brain that you're going to keep with you?
I was talking to Coach Pete Carroll, Coach Pete Carroll in spring ball, and something that shocked me. He was like, "I love watching you. Like, I love watching you." And you just never know. I remember one of my coaches in high school, Coach Rob. He told us, "You never know who's watching." And, you know, it was just unbelievable to know that he's watching me, you know, and he takes the time out of his day to even, you know, notice me, you know, out there on the field. So, he told me that he loved watching me. He loved the way I competed. So it was great hearing that, and it just made me want to go harder.
Does it, for you personally, does that, I just wonder, does that open up your mind to even you ask more questions, or does that redouble your efforts in terms of what you need to work on, maybe to just make sure even more guys are watching what you're doing?
Yeah, it doesn't really, I'm unsure. It's just like, when he said that, it was kind of like I asked him, what do you think I could do better? You know, and you know, I don't feel like he fully analyzed me like that, but my coach told me that, you know, Bill likes me a lot too. So I haven't had a conversation with Bill. I've been too nervous to go up to him. But Steve, that's my guy. Me and Steve are like this. But I'm a little nervous to go up to Bill. But next time I see him, I'm not gonna be afraid to go up and talk to him. You know, he's another guy, but he's also a GOAT. So you know, the jitters get in. So.
You've certainly already established yourself, and now you're doing it again in a different conference, different teams. What do you want to prove this year personally?
I just want to prove that I belong. You know, everyone's saying Pac-12 was soft, Pac-12 with this, Pac-12 with that. But we in the Big Ten, we're the big dogs up. You know, so it's time to, you feel me, show it on the highest stage. And I feel like, you know, me personally, I was built for this moment. And you know, University of Washington, we built for this moment. You know, like it's a winning culture, it's a winning program. You know, like so.
Jonah, what did you think about your player rating?